Okay, I have some catching up to do as far as yesterday's game, starting with the Blue Jackets losing to the Golden Knights in a shootout, final score being 2-3 at Nationwide. The shootout going 7 rounds, which is not, that's a bit of a long shootout. Gaudreau, Goodbranson, playing through illness. They did not participate in morning skate yesterday, although Matthew Olivier was too sick to play in this game, and Liam Foudy drawing in for him. Olivier letting the team know around 4 o'clock yesterday that he wasn't going to be in for this game. The first period was mostly okay for the Blue Jackets. Logan Thompson playing very, very well in the Vegas net to stop some prime Blue Jacket chances. They came out, they were a ball of fire, which is kind of what counter to what we've been seeing from the Blue Jackets as of late, where the offense takes a little bit to establish itself. In this game, the Blue Jackets were right there offensively from the very beginning. However, 2 goals from Vegas in 57 seconds burned them, but they were both kind of. The first one was a pinball goal that went off of Jacob Christensen's skate, so that's kind of you throw your hands up in the air and it's a bad puck luck. What do you do kind of goal right there? And the other goal was a snipe by Carrier against a heavily screened Tarasov. Maybe you'd like Tarasov to see it more and try to get a stop on it, but there was some people in front of him blocking his vision. So again, 2 goals in 57 seconds doesn't take very long. You give some good teams some opportunities, and they're going to make you pay for it, and that's exactly what Vegas did in the first period. And the Jackets would be going down 2-0 into the second period, and the second period was looking a bit fruitless until a dominant shift by the top line, getting both the Blue Jackets and the crowd back into the game, as that shift would end with a Johnny Gaudreau goal from a really nice pass from Gus Nyquist. Usually you would think that might be the other way around, but Gus Nyquist looked like he had a pretty good shot, but he found Johnny Gaudreau wide open, and he, again, playing through illness, you could tell he was a little less than 100%, not feeling great, but he was able to bury that goal, and that was a really good shift. And again, the crowd, before this point, they were kind of dead in the water, not really into the game. Again, going down 2-0 in the span of a minute kind of kills a crowd that has already been seeing some not great hockey from the Blue Jackets, but the crowd really got into it during that shift. The CBJ chant started going, and when that goal went in, it just kind of got the crowd invested in the rest of the game itself. In the third period, down 2-1, the Blue Jackets looked dominant for most of the period. They definitely tilted the ice in their favor, but again, Logan Thompson doing a lot of good work there. Tarasov as well, stopping the chances that the Vegas Golden Knights were getting. It's not like Vegas stopped getting prime chances or anything. Daniil Tarasov, very solid the entire game. In the third period, Jack Roslovic missing a wide open net that would have tied the game. However, eventually Boone Jenner would equalize the game off of a rebound chance. Very typical Boone Jenner goal, where he's in front of the net causing havoc, and he's at the right place at the right time, like he seems to be for most of his goals, and just gets a rebound off of there, and there's nothing Logan Thompson can do, and that's how you're going to score on Logan Thompson in this game, where you have to kind of get him out of position and just kind of get a perfect goal, that Logan Thompson can't stop, because Logan Thompson was pretty much stopping everything that he was able to see and that he could get to. Same with Tarasov. Again, both goalies playing very well last night in that hockey game. The game would go to overtime. Chances for both teams, specifically Jack Eichel hitting a post that you could argue that it beat Tarasov, but it could not beat the post. So the game would go on to a shootout. Gus Nyquist was the first shooter, and he would score for the Blue Jackets. But Marchessault in round 3 would equalize it for Vegas, so it would go into overtime in the shootout. And eventually in round 7, Paul Cotter ends it. The Blue Jackets having a lot of their shootout regulars injured: Patrick Laine, Jake Voracek. Obviously, no more Bjorkstrand. Texier's out, so they were kind of getting down to their last. They were getting a little creative with it. Trey Fix-Wolansky getting a shootout shot in there. Maybe you'd like to see Jack Roslovic maybe get a shot, but who would have known? Who knows how that would have went. Daniil Tarasov, I think, did look really shaky on that shootout. Vegas probably ends it in the first 3 rounds if they don't miss the net on a couple of their shots. But, you just kind of sum that up to Daniil Tarasov not having too much NHL experience. I don't think he's ever been in a shootout in the NHL. He played in 4 games last year. I don't think any of them went to the shootout. Maybe they did, but even if he has been in an NHL shootout before, it hasn't been that way for a very, very long time. So you can understand if he, a young goalie getting some nerves in. But overall, I feel like this was a really good game from the Blue Jackets. I don't really have any complaints about how that game went. The Blue Jackets fought hard the entire time against a really good team in Vegas who was hitting their stride. They definitely seem like they're on the revenge tour this year. Defensively, again, besides those 2 goals in the first period within a minute of each other. The defense was pretty sound, and when they weren't, Tarasov was there to bail him out when he had to. And the other team played a good game too, and Logan Thompson, again, had a great game. He's continuing his impressive rookie year. So I don't really have much complaints from the Blue Jackets, besides maybe you'd like to see them win the shootout. But again, a shootout is just so much of a toss-up in a 50-50, especially with the injuries that the Blue Jackets have. It's definitely kind of forcing Lars to get a bit creative on who to send out there, and it becomes a thin list very quickly once you get past the first 3 rounds. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please feel free to leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and you'd like to see more like it. Let me know what you thought about this game down in the comments below, and I will see you at the next one.